everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I decided to show you how to make the spiral bracelet, flat spiral bracelet. And a couple of months back I went to a bead show and I promised you to make one, and it took me a while. So I got more bicones. If you notice, I did this with 6mm bicones. It's a really pretty bracelet. I really love it. This bracelet you can make with any beads, literally any. I will explain you on the way. But you know, I happened to make it with bicones the first time I made it, and I never looked back because I think it just looks gorgeous with bicones. So on the when I went to the big bead show, I got a string of bicones. So I'm gonna use this today to show you how to actually do it. So you will need 6mm bicones, depending on the thickness of your wrist. You might want more or less. I'm gonna leave you approximate numbers, usually the numbers I used for my wrist, and I usually have, like, you know, medium size. So you will need some 11 Tohos. I'm gonna be using brown today with my colors. I think brown goes really nicely with the green. And then on the sides here I used 3mm fire polish. But I didn't have any 3mm fire polish that would match with this nicely. So instead I'm using this Chinese crystal. This is 2.5mm by 3mm, what you call it, rondelle. So basically the width is 2.5, and here I used 3. So I think 0.5 millimeter is not gonna make big difference. So I'm gonna be using this on the sides. So these are all the beads you need. Then you will need a clasp. Here I used a magnetic clasp, but today I decided to use a box clasp, like a peanut shaped box clasp. I don't know, I don't usually use this type of bead clasp, but I decided, you know, I should start. They're very secure, like even when it comes apart, it's still stuck in there, so you know, you have to take it apart from there. So they're quite secure. So I'm gonna use this today with my bracelet. Then you'll need a beading needle size 10. You'll need Nymo size D. I'm gonna be using brown with my colors. Then you'll need scissors to cut the thread. That's all the materials you need. Go ahead, thread your needle with comfortable length. I'm gonna take about 2 yards. I don't remember how much I used on this, and it's been a long time back. So I'm just gonna take 2 yards. And if you end up needing to add more thread, in the description box there is a link to a short video where I show you how to add thread to spiral project. So it's pretty easy. Go ahead and check it out if you don't know how to. So I'm gonna thread my needle with 2 yards, and then we'll get to work. Oops. So I have all my beads ready, and then we'll just get to work, and along the way I will explain you what other beads you can use. Now I'm gonna pick up 2 bicones. I'm gonna leave a tail of about 12 inch. That will be plenty to add one side of the clasp. So that's about 30 centimeters. And then, holding those 2 bicones in place, I'm gonna pick up 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. And then I'm gonna take them through those 2 bicones. And then pull the thread. And now repeat. I'm gonna pick up 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. And then I'm gonna take them again through those 2 bicones and pull the thread. And now you can see you have 2 sets of seed beads here. What you do, you just send one to the left, one to the right. And that's how they should stay. Now, that spiral bracelet you can make with any beads. For example, here I used 6mm bicones. You can use 6mm pearls, you can use 6mm crystals, you can use 6mm Czech beads, you can use 8mm beads, you can use 10mm beads, you can use even 12mm beads. But the bigger the beads are, it means the chunkier your bracelet or necklace will be. And see this here, I added sets of 4 seed beads, 1 different bead, 4 seed beads. Here you will have to add more. You will have to increase the number of your seed beads, because see, it adds this small round around this 2 bicones I added. Now this is the minimum you would add here. You could add more, but it would mean your bracelet on this side, it will be further along. Like for example here, it's right next to my bicones. That's how I like it. But if I added more 11-ohs, it would end up bigger like this, and then you would end up with a hole in the middle, which I don't really like the look of. So I like it neat and, you know, right next to my beads. But if you are using bigger beads here, it means you will have to use more beads here to stretch out to that length. And the bigger the beads you are using in the middle, the bigger the beads you can use on the sides. For example, here, if you use 8 mm beads, here you can use 4 mm beads. If you are using 4 mm beads in the middle, you can use maybe 11-oh here. So, you know, you can just contrast the sizes, and if you make couple bracelets using different sizes, you will understand how it works and you'll understand what looks you prefer. I prefer it tiny like this. I prefer it nice and neat. Some people prefer it like, you know, bigger look with chunkier pearls maybe, and it gives you a totally different look. But I'm stuck with the bicones on this bracelet. So you can either follow this, or you can use other beads you have at home, and you will still learn the same stitch, but you might end up with slightly different look in the end. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the bicones. So I'm gonna pick up 1 bicone, 1 this time. I'm gonna drop it down. So you have to make sure your side beads here are on the sides. And then I'm gonna pick up 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. And then I'm gonna take this through top 2 bicones. I'm gonna forget the bottom now. So you always go through 2 bicones, whichever the ones are on the top. And then pull the thread. And then I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna pick up 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. You always pick up the same sequence. And then I'm gonna again go through the top 2 bicones. And then when I pull my thread, these 2 are stuck next to each other. I'm gonna go ahead and spread them to both sides. So you just continue that way all the way until you have required length. So it's pretty easy bracelet. I'm gonna show you 2 more times how to do it, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and practice on your own. So I'm gonna pick up 1 bicone. I'm gonna drop it down. Make sure these 2 are spread on the sides. Pick up 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. And then go through the top 2 bicones. And pull the thread. Again, 4 11-ohs, 1 bicone, well, 1 rondelle, the smaller bead you are using, and 4 11-ohs. And then again, I'm gonna go through the top 2 bicones and pull the thread. And then here, once I added them both, I'm gonna make sure they're spread apart. See? I'm gonna go ahead and show you 1 more time. So first, you add 1 of the big beads, which is bicone in my case. Drop it down. Then you add the sides. 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. So this is the sequence on in my case. You can use the sequence you already have on your own. And I'm gonna go through the top 2 bigger beads, which are bicones in my case. So you always go through the top 2. It might be a bit tricky to get on this one, but you can do it. Pull the thread. And then repeat it. 4 11-ohs, 1 rondelle, 4 11-ohs. and then go through the top 2 again. And now here you make sure you spread them apart. And then you continue like that. First you add 1 big bead and then the sides, 1 big bead and then the sides, all the way until you have required length. Just leave out the space for clasp depending on what type of clasp you use. And then once I have my required length, I'm gonna meet you back here and I'm gonna show you how to attach the clasp. So I'm done adding the length. I had to make it shorter than my previous one because of the clasp. I decided to change the clasp because of my colors. Silver didn't really look great with it, so I decided to change to bronze. But because I'm adding toggle clasp, I had to add a jump ring, and because of that I have to use 2 more tools. One chain nose plier, 1 curved nose plier, but you can use any pliers really. It's just to hold the jump ring and open it up. So now I'm at the end. I will explain you how I added this clasp, because this is the magnetic clasp. And then I'm going to show you how to attach the toggle clasp, well, at least my way. Now at the end, what you want to do, see this last 2, they keep on rolling. So you don't want that. So we're going to fix that as well. So now I'm just going to get rid of stuff, zoom in a bit. And what we're going to do is, see my threads coming out in the middle when I attach this last strip. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down this way. I'm going to come out of the rondelle, and then here I'm going to attach it to the strip behind it. So I'm coming out of the rondelle, I'm going to go down these 2 beads here. So see on the other side there are 4 seed beads. I went through the 2 of them and out of the rondelle as well, and that will attach this strip to the back one, and it will prevent it from moving. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go all the way down. Here I'm gonna go up 1 bicone. Now this can be a bit tricky sometimes because it's quite tight in here, but you can manage if you just wiggle a bit, wiggle around. Now I think I can't get out of this way, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get out of the back, and then I'm just gonna take my needle to the other side, really. That's all. That's it. And now I came down this way, I'm gonna go up this way as well. I'm gonna go all the way up. And here. Now when I attach the magnetic clasp, all I did is just stick the magnetic clasp in there. See? I would have to just put the magnetic clasp in there, take my needle through to the other side, just through the magnetic clasp. But I'm not gonna add that. Instead, I'm gonna pick up 2 11/0 and then go through the other side. That's all. That will create a small tiny loop for me to attach the jump ring. And now here we're gonna do the same thing we did to this side to hold. See this, it's moving, but this one is not because it's attached. So we're gonna come out of the rondelle, and then see the one on the back, I'm gonna go down to 11/0. Now I'm gonna come out of the rondelle, and then when I pull my thread, it will hold this strip in place well. And now I just have to reinforce it. So now I'm gonna go all the way down. And then again, I have to come up the bicone, 1 bicone. So I have to come up this 1 bicone. I will try again to come at the front. Well, I managed this time. And because I came down this way, I'm gonna go up this way as well. It's important to reinforce this part because that's where your clasp will be attached, and it will be pulled every time you put it on and off. So you want to make sure it's nice and tight. And now I'm just gonna take my needle all the way around through those seed beads. And then I'm gonna come out of the rondelle. And then down this, you can already see it's attached at the back to this too. So I'm just gonna go down this way, go all the way down, go up this rondelle, a bit tricky, but you can do it. And now I'm gonna go up this way, the way I came down, and reinforce the top. Now this is the third time I'm going through the top, so that's plenty. And after this, when I go down, I'm just gonna make one knot on my way and get rid of the tail. Actually, I can make, see where I'm coming out of? I'm gonna make one knot here. See? And then just take the needle down. I came out of the rondelle, so I can go down this way, this too. It's already attached. You can see that small thread going to this side. So I'm just gonna go down this way. Down some beads here. And then here you can go ahead and cut the thread at the very base. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the jump ring, take one of the pliers, hold it in place, open it up. I'm gonna take it under those 2 11 rows I added, and then the clasp. And here you are. Simple, gorgeous. I think it's one of the easiest bracelets to make, but at the end, you know, you end up with such a gorgeous bracelet. I really love using bicones for this because, I don't know, I think it just goes so well with this stitch. And here is the lavender tone. So I'm gonna leave the numbers, I'm gonna leave the codes of the beads I used, and I will try to leave links to some of the clasps, and I'm gonna leave links to these clasps, and I'm gonna leave to the leave a link to this needle case, and I can leave a link for these rondelles as well. So, oh, I finished on time now. It's getting sunny, and look how shiny they are in the sun. Gorgeous, aren't they? So I hope you learned something new. I hope it was enjoyable to watch. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done yet. Make sure to leave your comments if you have any, like the video if you did, and stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.